Nobody wants animals to go extinct. I know I certainly don't. But here's the uncomfortable truth about life. Sometimes, Mother Nature hits delete, and it's bloody good that she did. Because whilst most species deserved better, there's some which were too big, too dangerous, and just outright nightmare-inducing. So, in a complete betrayal of what I stand for, here's 5 extinct species we should not bring back. Let's meet species 1, Megalania, the somehow even bigger, angrier cousin to the already monstrous Komodo dragon. The largest land reptile currently known, reaching a staggering 23 feet, the same as a saltwater crocodile, except with venom, and it's rapid, and it was known to hunt prehistoric humans. Do I even need to keep going?
Fuck yeah!
Now, Komodo dragons are already terrifying. These things sprint at 12 miles an hour, have a toxic bite, and happily disassemble prey like it's made of wet cardboard. They are apex predators who routinely bully things far bigger than themselves. So imagine that, and then double it. We're talking double the size, double the toxin, and a bite force that turns human bones to butter.
She's like butter!
And somehow, none of that is even why I don't want them back. Newsflash, Australia sucks.
Oh mate, don't say that, because that irritates me.
They are overrun with invasive species, and the native wildlife is already adapted to kill. Then you add in a supersized murder lizard, and you're just asking for trouble. From an ecological standpoint, they've got nowhere to go, and not enough prey to sustain them for long. Although, I'll give them one thing, they destroy the feral camel population. But once they sort the Aussie camel crisis, who's next on the menu? I think I know, but I'm not wanting to find that out. In a bit of a tone shift, what's the farthest thing removed from the largest land lizard ever known? This guy. I know it may not live up to your fear factor or intrigue. You will have seen a million pigeons. Jesus, just go to your local city centre with a Greggs and you'll get mugged by the bastards. These aren't just regular pigeons, they're passenger pigeons. And I can assure you, if you see millions of these, your day is about to get a whole lot worse. You may think, how bad can a pigeon be? But the issue doesn't come with one, it's the flock. We're talking flocks so big that they didn't fly over, they blocked the sun, reportedly for up to 3 days. Imagine going outside and thinking it's a solar eclipse, but no, it's just a billion pigeons popping over uninvited. Any species in this volume could cause devastation, and passengers were no different. They were a natural disaster with wings. A flock of millions can wipe out crop supplies, damage natural resources, and completely overwhelm the ecosystem. But it wasn't all bad, they did have positives, as they were key seed dispersers and were massively important in shaping food webs. But we decided to shoot them. Every last one of them. This was a huge moment in the field of conservation, and has become a cautionary tale of what not to do when living alongside nature. But I still think we shouldn't bring them back. If we reintroduce them today, we would be able to control the population and make sure they don't overly shape the ecosystem. And that's precisely the problem. Why resurrect a species just to immediately put them on pest control's daily rounds? It's like cloning a dinosaur only to hand it to a theme park. It's pointless, it's expensive, and it takes away from other more beneficial species. Unlike the passenger pigeon, you don't need millions of our next entry to strike fear, one is enough. The giant short-faced bear, the largest bear species that ever existed. And I'm not talking about a slightly larger polar bear, this makes the human hunting polar bear look like Paddington. Let's do a pound for pound ranking. In the blue corner, we have the lean mean Arctic killing machine, weighing in at 600 kg with a bite force of 1,200 psi, the plucky contender, the polar bear. And in the red corner, the Pleistocene pummeler, the mammoth mauler, and a caveman's nightmare, weighing in at 1,600 kg and a staggering bite force of 1,500 psi, all the way from 11,000 BC, your world heavyweight champion, the giant short-faced bear. That was a bit much, wasn't it? I don't think we need to watch the fight to know who would win. I think it gets even more obvious when we take in some other factors. This bear wasn't a furry tank like modern bears. It was long and slender, extremely long legs, long enough to run at 40 miles an hour. Worse than this, they are theorised to have preyed on lone humans wandering through the woodlands, even going as far as to actively hunt us down. Don't know about you, but I've not got it in me to outrun one of these, or worse, fight one off. Neither did our ancestors. Their only hope was to work together with long pointy sticks and jab them back. I still won't risk that. Another risk not worth taking is the absolute carnage that would come with reviving this beast. not even for public safety, but modern ecosystems do not have space or the food to keep an apex predator this size happy. You think coming across a lone polar bear is a nightmare? Try one that needs to eat your entire neighbourhood daily. So, 100% this is not a contender for rewilding success. But somehow again, it's not the worst on this list. One more to go before we get to the ultimate mistake we could ever make. But here's a close second. This one isn't a giant beast hellbent on devouring us, or an endless flying horde bringing darkness to all. The fear factor comes from how easily this species would destroy what we have. Megatherium was a prehistoric group of giant sloths from the Americas, which at their biggest could be the size of a bull elephant. These weren't like sloths of today, they spent their time on the ground, grazing on vegetation and peacefully meandering through South America. This leads to a big question: why am I so against a peaceful vegetarian coming back? Everyone loves sloths, me included, but this big bugger would be an ecological nightmare. Firstly, a veggie of this size is not seen in South America, and the result is clear: dense forest with an abundance of vegetation, or in the sloth's eyes, the Amazon would be unrecognisable after a while, potentially stripping vast areas of rainforest faster than any logger could, and in turn destroying habitats of other species, causing biodiversity loss. Secondly, ground sloths created massive tunnels called paleo burrows, which could be over 600 metres long and 2 metres high. These were potentially used for a few reasons like shelter, protection and nursing. This could be absolutely devastating to root structures and to the topography of the Amazon, even having the ability to potentially divert water flow. So overall, this isn't a kill us all and destroy the world immediately kind of de-extinction. This is more doomsday countdown, waiting for the inevitable collapse of an entire continent kind of de-extinction.
It's not the end of the world.
We're on to the big one. The animal, which I think by no means should we ever bring back. And it is... yeah, you probably guessed it. I don't want Rexy back, because look at her. She's the purest apex predator the world has ever known. A perfect killing machine, more than capable of ruining your day. So yeah, it's fairly obvious that she's on the don't do it pile. But I also want to talk about some others. About 900 others to be precise. Yeah, that's right. I don't think we should attempt to bring back any species of dinosaur. Now don't get me wrong, I've seen every dino film there is to watch, binged countless documentaries, and as a kid I dreamed of being a dino keeper at Jurassic Park, not realising that dinos weren't alive anymore. But then I grew up, and I thought about the world we live in, and why these magnificent reptiles should maybe stay in the past. Again, this one may seem like some of the others on this list, but this isn't a matter of public safety, and it's not about ecological damage either. It has elements of both of those. This is actually for the welfare of the animals themselves. I mentioned a minute ago that I was thinking about the world we live in, and that's exactly why everything from 65 million years ago and beyond isn't compatible. Think of that. 65 million years ago. It's more than our little chimp brains can even comprehend. Like, look how massively the world has changed in 25 years. Imagine the difference to then. I can sum up how long this was in the fact that dinosaurs went extinct before grass had even evolved. Fucking madness. I believe bringing them back would mean there's no chance of releasing them successfully into the wild. I mean, there's always a brand new idea I'd definitely add all on my own, which is create a zoo of purely extinct animals. But then again, is it fair to bring a species back just to be captive and an exhibit for entertainment? There's an interesting debate to be had there, but overall, it's probably not the best idea to bring them back. Yet. There we have it. 5 species I don't recommend bringing back into existence. Some are pure nightmare fuel, others are no longer suitable for our world, but all of them, in my eyes, would be a colossal mistake. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and have a little think about subscribing, then just do it. And if you've disagreed with any of my takes, get in the comments, let's have a discussion. I'd love to hear views on de-extinction. In a bit.